Peace, it's your guy Libs from Let's Talk About It, back with another video. In this video, I'm going to remind you on how you should be moving. In this video, I'm going to remind you of how you should think, how you should be thinking, how you should be carrying on out here in the world when you're dealing with a hater. If they hate you now, they're going to hate you forever.
I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this.
A lot of the content that I'm about to deliver to you, a lot of y'all know already. You know this already. You just forgot. You lost your way. You may have fell victim to the hate and got discouraged by the hate. And you probably allowed the hate to stop your growth. So I'm here today to remind you of where you need to be mentally when dealing with a hater. It's very serious. There's some people who may be watching this video right now and they haven't lost their way. So if you understand exactly what I'm talking about and you are on point, then shout out to you. But for everybody else, I'm going to tell you how you need to be dealing with a hater. You have to understand that there's 5 devils. You got hate, jealousy, envy, greed, and lust. Now, when you're dealing with a person that possesses those 5 devils, or any one of those devils, you need to take it serious. And you need to understand that if they hate you now, they're going to hate you forever. They're going to hate you forever. It's never going to stop. You know why? Because they might be interested in doing the same thing that you're doing. If you got an idea or you have a way of life, they might want to do it the same way you're doing it. And when they realize that you keep doing it better or you're more successful, that's when the 5 devils kick in, or any one of those devils. Today we're talking about hate. You got to understand, if they're trying their best to figure it out and accomplish a goal, and you conquered that goal before them, they're going to hate on you. They're going to hate on you. And this is how you know that they're hating on you. You know it because you don't get any kudos. You don't get congratulations. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a good vibe from them. You want them to win just like you're winning. You're in the same game and you know that person. You don't want to see them fail because you don't have no hate in your blood. You want everybody to win. But if they don't have what it takes, and I'm not saying that they won't have it later, but everyone has their time. And right now it's your time. So if they don't have what it takes at the time, they could become jealous of you. They could become envious of you. They can lust for the things that you have. They could lust for the position that you're in. You might have moved up in the company that you work for, and you're not on ground level anymore. You're in a management position, and now they starting to hate on you now because you're over them. You're the manager now, so you got to think like a manager. And you're not showing any favoritism, and you got to do your job. Because at the end of the day, your job is what pays your bills and what takes care of your family. So you don't want to sacrifice your job for nobody. It doesn't matter to you if you're in a management position or not. You're still going to do your job. But now that you're in a management position, they don't like the way you're talking. They don't like the way you're walking and moving like a boss. And you're only doing that because you are a boss now. You're the boss of that entire department. You're the manager. You dictate how it runs. And because they know you from the sandbox, they don't respect your position. So they're going to hate on you, right? And you need to understand, if they hate on you now, they're going to hate on you forever. It's never going to stop. You might have came up from the same area, the same city, you know? You grew up from the sandbox. You went to elementary school with this person. You went to middle school, high school with this person. Played sports with this person. Did everything with this person. Then you graduated high school with this person. But all of a sudden, things started to change for you. You started thinking about what you want to do with your life, while that person was used to the same old, going out partying, you know, or doing crimes to get money, when you was thinking about working for your money, getting legal money, starting a business to get money instead of working for someone else. They may be working for someone else, and because you have your own business, you're moving differently. You're waking up when you want to wake up. You're moving around how you want to move around because you own a business. And they have to cater to the company's rules. They have to be to work at a certain time. They leave at a certain time, which means they have to go to sleep at a certain time so that they could be functionable at work. They get paid by the hour. They're trading time for money, but you're not doing that. You're working with contracts. You have a job to do. You get paid for the job. You're vacationing more every year. And they're not. They're struggling, living check to check. You don't want that for them, but hey, what they eat don't make you shit. You can't make them be successful. You're too busy worried about you and your family. So that's where the envy comes along. And you move out of that neighborhood that you guys were living in and grew up together, and now you're living differently. You went from lower class to middle class, or even from middle class to upper class. And they can't fathom why it happened to you and not them. But why can't it happen to you? What makes them so much better than you that it should happen for them and not you? Or maybe they wouldn't hate you so much if it happened to them first. But it was your time, and now you made something of yourself, and they don't like that. If they hate you now, they're going to hate you forever. Let me tell you why they're going to hate you forever. Because, first off, in the beginning, you started seeing red flags. You started seeing signs of the hate, like no congratulations, you know, them not showing up to parties that were for you to congratulate you, not even showing up, just being distant from you, not talking to you like they used to, just not being a friend, a genuine friend, minus all the accolades and the success. You knew them as a person that you knew, and a friend or an associate, and they're not even doing that anymore. It's because they're hating on you. But they're going to hate you forever because you're never going to stop. You see, you developed something throughout your lifetime that they can't grasp. You developed ambition. You just got more hustle than they got. They might be better at the job than you, but they can't outwork you. You work harder than them. You work smarter than them. And that's something that they can't take away from you. So this is why they're going to hate you forever, because you're never going to stop growing. You knows what it take to get to the next level, and you're not content with where you are. You're very grateful and thankful for what you have accomplished, but you have bigger goals. You see, you're looking up there and you want to be up there. There's no ceiling to your success. There's no such thing to you as extra money. Some people walk around with extra money. They look and they count their money up and they say, hey, I have extra. And then they blow that extra. But to you, there's no such thing as extra money because you're not filthy rich. The only way I could have some extra money is I have to be living the way that I'm living right now, and I have millions. If I don't have millions right now, living the way that I'm living right now, then there's no such thing as extra money. Every coin counts. And you understand that. And that's why you're going to keep rising up. You're going to keep on rising up, keep on grinding, keep on hustling, keep on investing, and keep on building and keep on growing. That's what you do. While them, they're going to keep on watching, keep on grinning and sucking their teeth and keep on being mad and jealous. And there may be some times where you might not be moving as fast as you normally would move. They're going to notice that. They're going to look at you and it's going to make them happy because they're going to say, you fell off. Because you might be stagnated for a year or two. They're going to look at you and say, you fell off. And that's going to make them very happy because it gives them a chance to pass you. But see, what they don't realize is you didn't fall off. You just fell back. You fell back because you wanted to change your strategy. You wanted to take a new avenue, a new road to get to where you're trying to go. We could all be on the same street right now, trying to get to a street that's over there. I could go right, you could go left, or vice versa. And there's ways where we both can meet up at the same street, even though we took different paths. And that's what you're doing. But they think you fell off. They're laughing at that. They love that. That gives them joy to think that you fell off. But you never fell off. You just fell back. You know what the saying said? A minor setback leads to a major get back. All you're doing is drawing up the plays again. All you're doing is thinking of another strategy. That's why you haven't been going that hard. You're finding ways where you can get to your goal easier than working so hard. You're thinking how to be smarter and wiser, but they're looking at you like you fell off. You're taking your company that you started to new levels. You're rising up to the level where you're getting so big that you may need employees. That's how big you're getting, where you might have to put people on a payroll because the work is coming in faster and you're being successful. So you have to strategize a new way. You got a building now and you need help. And guess who needs a job? Guess who actually did fall off? Guess who's living check to check right now and need extra money? And guess who's reaching out to you for a job after they see that you're successful and that you've been hiring folks and people have been making a good living with your help from hiring them. And guess who's coming to you now? The same one that's been hating on you from the jump. Now they're reaching out to you for some help. And they think in their mind that there's no way you're not going to help them because you're from the sandbox. There's no way you're not going to help them. You're going to even make it easier for them than it is for everybody else. You're probably going to let them skip the line. They're probably not going to have to work as hard to get the job as somebody else because of the history between you and them. But they don't know that you don't think the same way you was thinking back then. You've grown. You're not in that same mindset. They can't get over on you the way you used to allow them to get over on you before. But you're not going to be bitter because that was never in your heart. It was them that caused the distance between you. Their hateful, jealous, envious ways caused distance between you and them. And that's why you haven't been close. So what are you going to do? You're going to give them a job, but you're not going to forget about how they treated you and how they tried to make it hard for you and how they caused distance between you guys. So when you give them a job, you're going to give them a janitorial job and let them clean the bathrooms, let them mop the floor, let them start at an entry level position and work their way up. They think they're going to pass the person who's up here in your company, but the person who's up here in your company actually worked to get that spot or actually went to school and got an education to hold that position down. So you're going to let that hater start at an entry level position and work their way up. And always remember that even when they start working for you, they still hate you. If they hate you now, they're going to hate you forever. I hope this message reaches someone, and I hope you all are in good health while you're receiving this message. And I hope this video adds value to your life. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Please consider subscribing. I really would appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
I do this.